everybody, I'm back with the next installment of this Make This With Me reclaimed book mini album. Today we are going to make our pages and I'm really excited for this part. Usually I do my inserts for my mini albums based on a Kathy Orta tutorial. But today we're going to do one that I created myself. It's going to be using envelopes and cardstock. Okay, and you want to find a coordinating cardstock that goes, or a matching cardstock that goes with your paper. Now, obviously, my yellows are different, but I thought that this would be better than the more orange paper that I had. My cardstock came from the Recollections like rainbow pack, and these envelopes were in the $2 section at Michael's. So what we're going to do is you're going to need at least 2 envelopes. One is going to be the page that attaches to the binding. One is going to be a pocket or a set of pockets is going to attach to this page. Okay, so you're going to need at least 2 envelopes per signature. Now, I realized in my last video, I think I got a little confusing for people, so I'm going to be making certain that I describe what each thing is as we make it. So a signature in a book is a group of pages that are somehow attached to each other and then attached to a book. So here you can see my my little notebook here. I straighten that out. Has one set of signatures, and I can tell because when I reach a section where I can see the way that the pages are attached to each other, in the center here, there's only one group of them, and then they're attached to the spine. These signatures are sewn in, and that's how they're bound to this book cover. Okay, so if you've ever gotten a notebook that has a group of signatures, let me see if I can find here. Here's a book. Might be hard to see here, but this book probably has several signatures. So every it's so hard to see in this one. This isn't the best example, but I mean, if you have a book that has a few pages or a few signatures, you'd know it because as you go along the binding, there's groups. So here, I think this little like red and yellow shows you how many, like you have a bunch of signatures. And then these were sewn together and then glued to this binding. And the glue is the way that it's bound together. Our book is going to have a binding where I make a piece of paper and I fold it in 3 parts, and then those little tabs or hinges are going to attach one set of pages to another set of pages, and then each of those groups of pages gets bound into the book that way. So I just wanted to make sure that was a little more clear because I know it was a little bit confusing, and hopefully this did not confuse you more. If you have any questions, anything at all, please don't feel like you have to like say something about it. You can message me and I will absolutely write you, if I need to, a dissertation on what things are so that you're not confused. This is bright enough. Let's make this a little bit brighter. Okay, so to make our pages, so we're going to set aside one set of envelopes, and the first set we're going to glue shut. Okay, I say okay so much, guys. Someone even called me out on it once. Like in the first batches, they were like, okay. I was like, oh no, I say it so much. All right, so you're gonna take and just glue around, just like as if you were sealing your envelope for mailing. So you just wanna go around the edges and then just shut it. Okay, so for every, I did it again. for every set of signatures, you're going to do that. So once these have dried, it's not going to take very long, we're going to cut them down a little bit so that we can create a pocket in the, like make this whole thing into one big pocket this way. Okay. So now that I've finished this, we're going to grab our other ones and we are going to make a section of pockets from that. So just set these aside so they can dry. And we're going to grab our other envelopes. We are going to tuck them in. I got like, I had these ones and they were a little damaged. I don't know, like their color didn't go all the way to the edges, but that's fine because I'm going to tuck them in. So if you see something and you like it, but maybe one or two of them isn't perfect, don't lose hope. You can use them. Okay. And just tuck them all in like that. And you don't have to worry about gluing it because of the way that we're gonna make the page. You don't have to glue this in at all, but if you feel more comfortable, absolutely glue it in. Okay, then you're gonna take each of these envelopes, we're gonna fold them in half and score them down the center, not score them, and fold them down the center. So I just do like that. Okay. And what this does is it creates pockets here. On the other side, you get another one, and you'll have a pocket on top. And these two smaller pockets can fit, if you wanted to use journaling cards, so you can fit a 3x4 card and you can tuck it right in there. So now you have all these spaces to put little journaling cards. For me, I may put journaling cards, I might put seed packets, and then like attach some kind of journaling something onto my seed packets, because mine is for my gardening journal and summer fun book. My girlfriend and I are having so much fun this summer planning. My husband is like, when are you supposed to find time to go do this garden? And I'm like, oh, I will. I have a very full schedule, but I am definitely going to make it happen. Because most of the gardening is going to take place at her house, but once we get the garden like set up, it won't be so bad. She is starting from scratch, which is exciting. I can't wait. I've never done a garden from like the beginning before. Okay, now we have these 4 pieces, and these pockets are, which I learned that my board, the 0, is in the corner. My last one, it was not. It was here, and I miscut something the other day. I was very upset. But okay, so I'm going to go here. So my pocket is 5 tall because these envelopes were 10. They're 7 by 5. So they're 5 this way, and they're going to be 3.5 this way. So now that, oh, I didn't get that one so good. Let's fix that. Now we're going to create a hinge and a little tab. So the tab will make the pocket easier to stick onto the hinge. So we're going to make 4 tabs that are going to be 3.5 by 1. So I just want to, how big is this piece of paper? Take some of my yellow paper. Again, 1 inch. Okay. So now you see we have these pieces that are 3.5 wide, and that'll fit beautifully on there. We're going to fold them all in half. You can score them first if you like. I think they're small enough that I wouldn't want to be dealing with my scoring. My scoring tool is no good. I don't have a scoreboard, which you think with all the Martha Stewart stuff going on clearance, I would have bought one, but no. By the way, Martha Stewart is all going away from Michael's. It's very sad, but I got some punches, which were great. Yeah, there's some really good deals going on at Michael's too. I don't know if any of you guys have seen all that watercolor bohemian stuff. Stop it. It's so beautiful. I can't even. I want to buy it all, but I was such a good girl when I went to the store today, and I only bought stuff I needed to do my day planner. But in that bohemian section, they have faux dories. If anybody's into Midori, they have fake ones. I mean, I don't like the way they're set up, so I only bought the insert pages. But, ooh, I apologize, my bucket's really, it's really gross. Okay, so once you've made these, you're just gonna cut them at an angle so the point is towards the bottom, okay, where the fold is. And do that again, and it just makes it easier to get things in and out of that little, that pocket. Yeah, so they have these fake Midori planners, and it was really only set up in a way that you could comfortably put like one page and attach a page to another, not a page, a book, and attach the book to the other book. And I was like, I'll just make my own. I saw a tutorial online and I think I'm just going to try it. Maybe I'll do that as a make this with me. And link to the person who showed it, because she's really, I loved what she did. She said she had some great resources to use for making them. All right, now that we've got that done, and I'm sick of looking inside my dirty garbage bin. So we're gonna attach these in here at the bottom, so your pocket is at the top. This is gonna go in here like this. We take our glue, open this all the way up. Oh, my glue today. Okay. Beautiful. And you're just going to get this. You don't want to put it right exactly in the corner. You want to come just a little bit outside. You never want to go, and I know I've said this in my videos before, never go all the way into a fold. Or when you fold things or when you attach them to your binding, everything will stand up straight like a soldier, or you won't be able to fold everything correctly. Okay, and once that's done, you glue the other side. So you can see, I'll show you, I'm not all the way in there. There's just a little bit of room. Glue this side. There you go. And that's it. And then you may need to cut just that little bit off of there. Ooh, that's not a scissor. So that happens when I look down. I mean, I don't look down. I'm trying to look at the screen. There you go. And you just want to cut that away. So now you have this nice little pocket. And this whole edge is what we're going to use to attach with another tab, very much like this. We're going to make more of these taller at 5 inches tall and 1 inch wide, and they're going to attach like this so that you can stick this part of the book onto the envelope here. Yeah, take a moment, just glue all of your hinges in and then we'll come back, okay? Okay, so now that we've made our pockets, we're gonna set them aside and we are going to prep the bigger envelopes. So you're just gonna get those out. Clear away my space here, it's a little bit messy. Okay, so we are gonna first, we're gonna do 2 things to these. We're going to cut a little bit off the top, about 1/8 of an inch, just so that we can have the pocket open up. So you just want to like go in there, and here you can see on my board, I'm literally just gonna cut like a sliver out of there, so you can see here. Here's where the inside edge is, where my cut happens, and you can see I'm just past it. It's the teeniest, tiniest little sliver. Okay. And now I have a little bit of an opening. It's 2, 3. Just make sure whatever way you do it, try to keep your fold like all on the same side. So whether you put this tab to this side or you put it to this side, just make sure you have it all consistent, you know, so your pages all look nice and consistent across your book. Now we're just going to attach these pockets to here. We're going to make these about 5 tall and 1 inch. We're going to need 4 pieces, 5 by 1 inch. So now we have our 4 pieces. We're going to fold them in half. Get our bone folder out again. Again, if you find it easier to score and then bone fold, by all means do that. So you're going to glue oh my gosh, glue on one side. Insert this piece all the way down to the bottom. And make sure that your fold is not exactly against the paper. You really want to be able to fold that well. I don't know if you can see. It's not oh, focus. Focus. Okay. And I am not all the way into the corner there. It's just a little bit of space. Okay. And once that's down, you're going to very carefully take a very thin bead of glue so we don't make our pocket too small. Ah, why am I having a hard time? Okay. Oh, today it feels like a Monday. Okay, very, very thin bead. You don't want to glue the whole thing shut. Okay, there we go. You don't want to put the glue all over that whole hand. You just a little thin bead, and then shut your pocket. Okay, and I'll show you again. So you glue the back side. Glue that in there, but you're not all the way against there. Got enough room for that to close up nicely. Thin bead of glue right along the inside there, right along the edge, nice and thin. So it pays to use glue, wet glue, versus using tape. I find that with the tape, when you make pockets, you don't have so much control over where the glue on the tape goes, and your pockets end up being sticky and your inserts get stuck. Okay, so I am going to suggest that you use wet glue. So if you get a little bit, just rub it off, it'll come right off. And I use this Scotch Brands Scrapbooker's glue. I love this stuff. I've been using it since I think since it came out. I adore it. It's such good stuff. It's a little pricey, but I always use my 50% off coupon or whatever, my 40% off coupon at Michael's. Oh my gosh, you can hear my son laughing. He's watching TV in the other room. He's so cute. He's really having a good time in there. And I tried to do it so that it looks like a V towards the pocket that'll be at the front. Just so that when I glue this down, I know that the pocket's going to go that way. You really want to try to get your glue all the way to the top of the pocket too. You don't want like flaps forming later where the pocket should be close at the top. Take your envelope. The side with this tab is going to be to your right. Your pocket is going to be, or however you did it, but you want to make sure your pocket in this is at the top. You know what? Let's notch these. Glue the back side. Oh my goodness. Free to, at this point, to use your tape if you like using your tape, your score tape or whatever it is that you use. Just make sure it's a nice strong adhesive, because you don't want your book coming apart from people, you know, touching it too much, okay? Don't put it all the way to the bottom or all the way to the edge, okay? Because you want to be able to fold that nicely. There we go. So you can see my hinge is just a little bit behind the edge. Focus. There we go. My hinge is just a little bit behind the edge there. So I got like a kind of angle to it. And down at the bottom here, I'm not all the way lined up with the bottom, just a little bit above it, just so that you don't have anything hanging out if you don't get it on straight. Take your bone folder, just rub that down, make sure it's on nice and good. Any excess glue, just rub that off. So now we have, this is the first part. So we're like this and like this. We've got a pocket here. We've got a pocket here. We've got a pocket on the back side. We've got a pocket at the top. Okay, so go ahead, glue your other ones together, and then we're going to talk about how we're going to stick our pages to each other. Okay, so now that you have all 4 of your pages, or however many pages you're making, with the pocket attached, you are going to make the hinges to attach the pages to each other. Okay, and that is what you're going to use also later to help you bind your book to your pages to the book. Okay, so you can choose to do this a number of ways. You can use your colored cardstock that matches and just do it that way. You can use your decorative paper, which the paper we chose is the Citrus Bliss collection. The Citrus Bliss from Pink Paisley. I could use any number of these to do that. Maybe I will. You could take your plain paper or your pattern paper, and you could punch the edges of the hinge, okay? And there's lots of ways that you can do this because we are going to attach the paper to our actual envelopes in a way that creates a little tucking pocket here. So the reason you see this like this is that you're going to have a 1/2 inch, or if you need smaller, you could do a 1/4 inch. I have space to do a 1/2 inch because my book is so thick, and I'll show you my book again. Okay, here's my book. So I have a lot of space that I could have 1/2 inch in there in between my pages, and that's okay. If you need to go smaller, you can do a 1/4. If you need to go even smaller than that, you don't plan on putting anything but just pictures right down on here and not decorating too much and maybe just using embellishments, you could do an 1/8 of an inch. I do suggest at least a 1/4 so that when your pages are next to, like, they're not flat on top of each other, that you get yourself a nice little bit of space. Okay, so the length of each side that we're going to tuck into is going to be 1 inch. So you're going to need at least 1 inch per page. So that's 2 pages. So that's 2 inches, I'm sorry. And then your space in between. So for me, I'm going to make each of my pieces 2 1/2 inches by however tall your envelope is. And I know that mine are 7 inches. Okay. So I'm going to get my paper out. I'm going to cut it down to 7 inches. And then I can start making my binding. So it needs to be, what did I just say? 2 1/2. So 2 1/2 inches. And I only need to attach 4 pages to each other. I need 3 pieces. 3. All right, so now I have this. So the reason I need 3 is because I'm going in between my pages right now. So here's 1, and this goes here like this, that's 2. And then this one goes here like this between these pages. Whoa, gotta look at what I'm doing. 3. Okay, just like that. Now, if you wanted to add any kind of pocket, you could here. Then I wouldn't turn this into a system where you could have things tuck in. I'm going to show you both ways of doing this. If you're not going to make this into like a tucking pocket, then you're going to want to make this, just do a 1/2 inch and a 1/2 inch and a 1/2 inch in between, or a 1/4 inch, whatever your in between is. So if you just want to attach your pages to each other and then attach a pocket across here, you would make this only a 1/2 inch that goes onto the pages. I have a scoreboard. I have this thing. It's from American Crafts, and it was my old cutting board and my old cutter before I had my new one. So I have this white piece. That's my scorer, and I'm going to place this at 1 inch and then score it. And turn it around. Put it 1 inch again. Score. And now you can see I have my, oh, is it showing? Across, there we go. You can see that I have 1 inch. This was my bone folder. There we go. Okay, so now I can attach my pages like this and like this to each other, and I have this, and I just want to do it. Why did this come out so big? I gotta cut down a little bit, but it, then you'll have right here where you can tuck your cards like this. Or if you do it smaller, let's cut this down. If I take this down, ooh, I made this really difficult to do. Take off a 1/2 inch. This way. And another 1/2 inch this way. Now I have this smaller one. And I can just glue this down right to there. And then I would be able to attach like a pocket here or something, and I would attach it right over where the hinge is so I don't lose any space. Okay. Yeah, so I think what I'm going to do is make it so that the side that's here, I'm going to have more the pocket, so that I just have all my pockets on one spot, and then when you turn it around I have a nice open spot to tuck something in and do like a mini layout. So in order to do that, I would just only cut a 1/2 inch off of one side. So I'm going to do that to all of my hinges. And I'm going to make a new one because I don't have that other one. Let's do this. And again, actually I don't have to do it 2.5. I can do it 2 inches. 1 inch. And then go 1/2. So this is like, I'm giving you a lot of choices, and I know it sounds a little complicated, but I'm giving you a lot of choices so that in the end you can put the book together in the way that is the best for you. So you can see one side has, is it easy to see? So this is the longer side where I can have my insert. This is my gusset space in between, and then this is my other hinge that I'm going to glue straight down to the other side. Okay, and I'm just going to bone fold all of these down. This would also be the time that if you were going to distress your papers, you want to do that before you assemble this. Because you will see the hinge, obviously, in between each of the pages. So if you're distressing, again, distress them before you assemble them. Okay. So, the first page is going to get a separate piece that's going to bind it to the book, so we're going to just turn that. And I chose to put the side where I can do my tucking on the flat side because it's on the left and I'd be able to easily pull, as opposed to if I put this here on this side, it's a little bit harder with this pocket in the way to kind of go in there. Okay, so let's turn that back around. You're going to put, you need your wet glue for this, and you're going to go around the edge right there. I don't suggest making any of those little tabs like we did for the other pocket to put on the edges here, because you don't want this pocket to be thick. You want it to be really tight right up against your page, so that make sure your pocket is at the top, so that your pieces fit. Oh darn, is this too long? Oh, I'm having one of those days, guys. And again, don't go all the way to the edge. Leave yourself a little bit of room. I have to cut that down a little bit because that the spot where I put the glue didn't. Oh goodness gracious! Cut that down. All right, let's just put a little more glue there, right along the edge. Good. Okay. Oh, my new board. Okay. Again, if this is a little bit confusing, feel free to send me a message and I will explain further so you're not confused. Okay, so again, we have a little pocket space in there. We're going to put glue all along the edge here, because we're going to put this whole bit, yeah. I'm going to just notch that. Even if I don't necessarily need it to be notched, I like to notch it just in case. Only at the tops of like pockets do I not really worry about that. Okay, get my glue on there really nicely. Okay, one pocket set. It's easier if you kind of like work with it with the hinge flattened out like this, so you can see what you're doing. And I can see I don't want that against the edge. I want to make sure I give myself, again, just a little bit of room. Okay, and you can see it's not all the way to the edge. Okay. Okay. Take your bone folder, your bone folder, and just put that down. So again, you had a choice. You didn't necessarily have to do it this way. You could have both with the little tucks if you feel like you want to tuck and you don't want to put the pocket here, or you could reverse it and have this bit here because you want to put a pocket on the back of this. I mean, you have the freedom to do it however you like. Okay, we'll do this again. Okay, so we're here. Now this is our back. Push your hinge down so it's easier to work with. I mean, push it down flat so it's easy to work with, because if it's up like this, it's hard to glue straight. You just push it down a little bit. Just around the edges. To create our pocket, just on the 3 sides. Press it down nicely. My bone folder out, just to make certain I've got all that glue down. Oops. Push that down a little bit. Open it up it'll make it easier to work with. Last one. Video's gonna be a little long. We still gotta make a pocket. And push that down. I like this hinge style. You have a little more room when you want to move the pages around to look at your pictures. It'll flex a little bit more. I mean, you can't really do it like that, but you have a little bit more space to kind of, it'll flex and arch. See? As opposed to like if I had, as opposed to like gluing this straight down to the book, I can just, when I put the part here that attaches to the book, I don't necessarily have to glue the spine down. You can also, if you want to reinforce it, you can reinforce it with a piece across the back here. You have that option as well, if you feel like the book's not going to be as strong as you like, or you can glue this right down to the spine of your book. So there we go. We're all assembled. All of our pages with each other. And if you had more, you just make more of these pieces and just keep linking them up until it fits the inside of your book. Okay. So you can see what it looks like there. There's all our pages together. Okay, let's make some pockets. So we're going to put the pocket on this part. You're not going to be able to do the pocket on the front one until you put this insert inside the book, and then you can finish decorating. Always put your paper, your decorative paper, inside your pocket after you've created your pocket. Don't put your pocket on. I mean, don't put your paper down and then put the pocket over, because it's hard to get your pages in and out of your inserts in and out of the pocket. Okay, we're going to need 4 pockets. They're each going to finished be 5 by 4. So you're going to need to make them 4.5 by 6. Okay, so you're going to take, if you have your cardstock, You're going to cut it down 4.5, 4.5. You can get 2 pockets out of a page. 4.5. Now, if you don't want your book to be too bulky, you can do this pocket right out of your decorative paper. But because I tend to embellish my pockets versus like adding more paper on top of it, I tend to just use washi or little bits of paper or embellishments. So I don't feel like I have a problem if I do it with with just the with this plain cardstock. I'm not concerned about the bulk of my pages. The reason you're seeing me only do one out of this, I did one before and I forgot that the page is 8.5 is 4.25, so I thought I had my pieces right and I cut a whole page wrong and I was like, oh, math. Okay, so now that I have 4 pockets, I'm gonna get my scoring tool back out and I'm gonna score 1/2 inch in on 3 sides. Okay, so the 2, you want the page this way, you want to come in 1/2 inch. Oh, this is so hard to see the score line on. That's 1 inch, that's 1/2 inch. There. 1/2 inch here, and 1/2 inch this way. Okay, so you have like that, and then you're going to cut across. There's like a plus sign there. You want to cut straight across the plus sign, or the X, I'm sorry. Straight across, so you create a little notch like that. Okay, I'm going to do it again. Straight across the X. And now this is going to create your pocket. Go ahead and make the rest of your pockets, and then I'll show you how to assemble them and put them into your pages. Okay, so once you have all of your pockets, go ahead and use your bone folder and push towards the back. And see, cutting out this notch creates a nice little corner for you so that you don't end up with fat bulkiness in the corners. Nice, right? Okay, I'm gonna do all of them just like the first one. You know, I think my bone folder was the first, like, aside from having good scissors, I think a bone folder was like the first tool I got where I was like, I seriously think I'm going to be crafting and scrapbooking for like the rest of my life. I think I bought this bone folder in like 2000 and something. 2, 3, 4. I was I just out of college? Maybe 2002. I've been out of college for a really long time, so I don't know. Right after college, I think I bought this. It was like my first major, like, ooh, I'm really gonna be crafting. Like, I need a serious tool to like do invitations and cards and stuff, and then it just went from there. And yeah, I've had the same one forever, but yeah, I feel like you can't craft without a really good bone folder. All right, we're gonna hang on to this pocket because we're not gonna need it just yet, but you can see that your pocket just fits in between there without getting into the corner. And that's so important. If you think that it's going to be too far into the corner, take it away from the one that's here, because you can always hang on a little bit into the hinge. That won't be so bad. Okay, we are going to put this pocket in here. Try to get this whole nice and flat. The great part about everything being the way it is right now and not being in this, like with the hidden hinge system, I find that when I start assembling everything, when you're assembling it, it's easier to put the hinge in the book and then the binding into the book and then glue all your pages in. But the way that we're doing this bindings is it's just easier to assemble everything and then just stick the whole thing in on 2 sides. You'll see. But I'm assembling my pages is just so much easier. All right, so I'm going to go almost all the way exactly to the bottom. I'm going to try my darndest to stay within, this is hard to see, to stay within those two creases so that all my stuff can fold nicely. And if you wanted, you could use a decorative punch on the top here before you put the pocket on. Oh, I got so close. Ugh. I'm trying to make sure I can, yeah, it's better. See how like, it's like just, I might have to bend that in just a little bit more. You know, that's fine. Just make sure that we take these in just a hair more. I want to be certain that I can really, okay, I don't know what happened. I'm having the hardest time today. I'm running out of space on the recorder. I'm having a hard time with my my pockets. This one fits right though. Oh, good gracious. I just want to get this book done for you guys. Okay. Yeah, double check and make sure that your pockets are right before you do it. I know I just readjusted everything, but you know, you want to make sure everything's proper. Okay. That's two. I don't know what just happened there. Something got roundy. Okay. Okay. Make sure that's glued down nicely. Move on to the next one. Double check my pocket. Good. There we go. Okay. All right, we did it, guys. Eventually. Make sure you hold on to your pocket. We're gonna need it when we just finish assembling the book. But yeah, so that is the whole page assembly. So I'm gonna go back over it one more time so you can see the whole thing. Okay, this is what happened? This is what it looks like. Okay, like that. I'll lay it down. So we have a pocket here. You can fit a 3x4 card here. Turn around. Ooh. Oh, wrong, wrong spot. 3x4 card here. We'll make a bigger card for the top of this later when we get to doing inserts. Okay, and that'll fit there. We have a pocket at the top that can fit a huge card, 5x7 card, or just under 5. And you can make it taller, you can make it 8. I usually make mine about 8 to fit in there. And again, we'll do that when we do our assemblies. And then a little space there to tuck in a small card, or you can do a bigger one, or a 4x6 photo. Okay, just like that. So you have space to do, you can do your 4x6, one on each side. You could do just one side, you could do just journaling, and then you have another space to put a 3x4 picture here, or some Instax photos, or just decorate it and enjoy the paper. For myself, I am going to, when I get to my decorating, I'm going to put a strip of either washi or decorative tape here across the pocket, just to give it a little something extra. But again, you could have punched this and had a decorative edge. I don't have any decorative punches that I like for that edge. Like the ones I have are a little too delicate. So I think putting things in and out, I think I would have ruined that, and then I would have been miserable. Okay, and then when you open up here, you have a pocket that you can put your 4x6 journaling card in there, or more paper, or whatever you would like. You can make an insert here that's 4x6 or a little bigger than 4x6. And then again, you're back to the same with the pocket. And then at the end, when we assemble our book, this first space here will have a pocket, and this side will be attached to the book. Okay, and we keep going, so you see the same thing repeating over and over and over. If you like your books to be the same, do it the same way. If you don't, you know what? Take this and put it on this side. I mean, you have all the options in the world that you want doing this. I just wanted to give you a really nice example of what I'm going to be doing, because this book is, again, for me. So if there's little imperfections or something doesn't come out the way I like it, I can maneuver it for the way that I like. Okay, thank you so much for joining me. And next week we are going to make inserts, and there will also be, hopefully soon, an embellishments video, one of the ones that we talked about, okay? Y'all have a great day, take care, and I will see you again next week. Bye.